Columbus Catholic, Auburndale, Auburndale, Columbus Catholic. This is an audio test. This is white as on.
Good morning, welcome to Auburndale for a non-conference matchup between Marshville Columbus Dons and the Auburndale Eagles. Starting off, going with Marshfield Columbus, and their starting lineup, batting first and catching, Blake Jacoby. Batting second and pitching, Matt Konechny. Batting third and playing short, Emmett Konechny. Batting fourth and playing first, Cy Becker. Batting fifth and playing third, Carter Summer. Batting sixth, playing left field, Ray Becker. Batting seventh, playing right, Nate Nemitz. Batting eighth, playing center field, Alex Edwards. Batting ninth and playing second, Carson Eckes. And now for your home Auburndale Eagles. Leading off, playing short, number 5, Blake Brab. Batting second and playing left field, Peyton Weinferter. Batting third and catching, Aiden Cherney. Batting fourth and pitching, Caden Weinferter. Batting fifth, playing center field, Caden Anderson. Batting sixth, playing second, Nathan Richardson. Batting seventh and playing third, Aiden Rabb. Batting eighth and playing right, Isaac Linsmeyer. And batting ninth and playing first, Josh Lundgren. Now, if you're able, if you'd please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Hi, good afternoon, baseball fans. Welcome to Auburndale. It is non-conference baseball today. The home Auburndale Eagles come in at 5-4. They are 2-3 out of the Merriwood South Conference, managed by Jay Anderson. Columbus Catholic 10-1 on the season, 6-0, first place team in the Clover Belt East, managed by Jared Kressel. My name's Jason Zaleski, and alongside today, state champion basketball coach Joe Konechny. Joe, how's it going, man?
It's going pretty well. I'm excited to watch a great baseball game today. It's much more relaxed up here watching than coaching, for sure.
Yeah, well, congratulations again. Gold ball looks good in the trophy case.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Got the weather on the screen right now. We do have some rain moving in. Talked to manager Jay Anderson before today's game. He said, listen, if we could just get a few innings in, that would be the good thing here on this Saturday, so that we'll see what the weather gives us, but certainly there is some rain moving this way. Can't dispute what the radar says. That's technology smarter than I am. But this is where we are, and we're going to play baseball here for as long on this Saturday morning as possible. Again, for the Columbus Catholic Dons, Blake Jacoby, Matt Konechny, Emma Konechny, Cy Becker, Carter Summer, Ray Becker, Nate Nemitz, Alex Edwards, and Carson Eckes, and Caden Weinferter on the mound for the Auburndale Eagles. I know you were talking with Coach Weinferter before the game. He give you any insight into what his son's going to do on the mound today?
I think he's one of their best. I think it's pretty neat to see these kids that play multiple sports in a different environment. And if I'm Columbus, I expect a battle tonight for sure.
Okay. Tall drink of water is Mr. Weinfurter up on the mound. Taller yet on the mound. And a strike taken by Jacoby. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 coming back. Jacoby fouls that back to the screen.
Weinfurter's tall, too. He's a legit 6'7". I don't think Columbus sees a lot of that.
You saw that around, guessing here a little bit, but December 6th, 7th, 8th, something like that. Early December, you saw him right on the sideline in the gym right behind us, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, he's long, and he's got a long delivery, and it's going to be tough.
Yeah, extra torque off the mound if you get your mechanics right, being that height. You think of a guy like Randy Johnson and others throughout the years that with that height, if you get the hip movement right, it gives you a little bit extra zip on the ball. Fastball stays low and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Today's game brought to you in part by Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce. Dairy Fest is May 31st to June 2nd. Check out marshfieldchamber.com for all the details. See you in Marshfield for a fun-filled weekend as Jacoby goes down looking, and there is 1 away.
Number 6, Matt Connection.
Joe, one thing I look forward to talking to you about today is, this team uses a number of different catchers. I think I've seen 3 already this year. Mac has caught yesterday. We've seen Blake catch, and I thought I saw somebody else earlier this year. But what does that say about a baseball club that guys are willing to play multiple positions, especially catcher? It's a tough one.
Well, I think it's a competitive thing for a lot of these guys. Mac and Jacoby seem to be the 2 that do it the most. And I know they don't like to have those guys pitch and catch on the same day or even on back-to-back days. Just from an arm care standpoint. So, Carson Eckes is one they've tried to develop. But to have 2 or 3 that can do it effectively, I think that's key. On the mound, obviously, but also behind the plate, because there's got to be some days where you just don't have to throw a lot of baseballs.
2-0 from Weinfurter. That stays away. 3 balls, no strikes. Catcher's a position where you're down and dirty. It's a bruising job being behind the plate.
It is, but I think a lot of young men enjoy it. You're active on every pitch. There's never a period where you're standing around, and it's fun. I think Blake and Mac especially have a lot of fun with it.
I've heard that from guys who play football as center. Tyler Biotish was one that told it to me specifically. As this one rolled to the right side. That'll get through. A base hit for Konechny here with 1 out in the first inning. Bring up brother Emmett. But Tyler told me that being a center, one of his favorite parts about it is he got to touch the ball every play. That was fun. And same with the catcher. Yeah,
if you're going to be on the offensive line, it's a chance to touch the ball and be involved in every single play.
Yeah.
And he obviously did it very well. It seems to have worked out for him.
He got a brand spanking new contract this offseason. Yeah, he's got a little more spending cash when he comes back to Amherst. So Emmett Konechny, yesterday's winning pitcher against, who the heck were we playing? The Loyal Greyhounds yesterday. 13 strikeouts for Emmett last night. Had to be a career high. I was told that sometimes those baseball records at Columbus Catholic hard to come by.
They are. It's not a sport that was covered extensively in the 90s and into the 2000s. The 13 is a good number for sure. 13 is a great number.
I called Stratford at Edgar, Brady Schmidt. I know you know Brady. I had 11 strikeouts on Tuesday. I was ranting and raving to everybody I could find that night about 11 strikeouts, and now 13. That is just amazing. There's 21 outs in a baseball game, and 13 of them came from the strikeout.
Yeah, I think any time you get 10 or 11, it's a big number. It takes some pressure off the defense, and to have somebody go a complete game at this point of the season where you're playing every day to save the other arms, definitely big to get that complete game last night.
Yeah, you're right. Complete game shutout along the way. So short turnaround. Game ended yesterday about 7. We started about 5 minutes early today. But here in the Saturday morning, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Weinfurter outside corner, and Emmett thought he was going to be rung up. Took 2 steps to the dugout, but he'll live to see the 2-2 pitch coming up.
Not a pitch you can hit. I don't think he had a choice but to take. A really good spot for Weinfurter in a 1-2 count. He seems to be locating very well.
Yeah, and that's the thing with a pitcher, right? You get ahead in the count, you can make some choices like that. Off and running, and this is a blast to left field, going back and gone! Home run for Emmett Konechny. Turned around on the 2-2 pitch and deposited it into the cornfield beyond the left field fence here in Auburndale. All right, that was good.
Yeah, that was hit well. A lot of that's just the velocity of Weinfurter, though. You know, if you can get a bat on it, it's going to go.
Numbers out there say 310 right down the line, 330 to the power alley, so we'll give that one 320. Probably left the yard at around 330. And umpires talking here about something. I'm not sure what that would be about at this point. Conversation going on between home plate and pitching mound there. Home plate umpire's checking his indicator. And they seem satisfied with what they talked about. But I think back to that 1-2 pitch that Emmett thought he was going to be rung up, takes the next one right out of here.
Yeah, and that's like, you know,
the mental part of this game.
Yeah. And that's why I have so much respect for Jay Anderson, Jared Kressel, and their staffs. It's such a harder game to coach than basketball. Yeah. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. It's amazing to me how one pitch like that can change a whole at bat. You know, 2-1 versus 1-2 is a big deal.
That one fouled back. Cy Becker, first baseman, off the top of somebody's lid. So no balls, 2 strikes to the first baseman Becker. This following up the one out, 2-run home run by Emmett Konechny. Following up his 13 strikeout performance from yesterday. You know, personally, you know, in this case it's Emmett, but whoever it is, your weekend's kind of made at this point. You'd like to win this game, but you strike out 13 one day, you hit home run the next day. You've got a pretty good weekend going.
Yeah, I think there's an individual aspect to baseball
there
for
is.
sure.
Yeah.
But in general, I think today for both teams, it's a non-conference game against a quality opponent, a chance to maybe try some things, get guys some time on the mound without affecting a conference championship or anything, you know, too far down the road. I think that's why both coaches schedule this game, is because you want to be tested. And Jay Anderson's a great coach. I think Jared Kressel does a great great job with Columbus, and I give them a lot of credit for coming here on a Saturday trying to make their teams better.
No balls, 2 strikes from Weinfurter to Becker, and Becker spoils another one. That last pitch went foul. Stayed in play. Aiden Cherney had a late jump on it, did make a diving attempt for it, but wasn't able to find it right away. And that let Becker see another pitch and spoiled it. Now he'll see yet another on no balls, 2 strikes. Outside for ball 1.
Becker hit one last night about 328 to the 330 mark in Marshfield.
Yeah, I estimated he missed it by about 5 feet, so he's right in there. Just missed it. It's a fairly big ballpark there. Like today, not really no wind to help things out. So that really, you go back to Emmett's swing and at bat a go. A powerful baseball swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Weinfurter. Bounced back up the middle. Ranging is Rabb, and over to first in time for the out. 6-3 on the putout of Becker. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Carter Summer. Carter is a freshman, isn't he?
He is, and he's a good-looking high school athlete, a legit 6'3". Had a big double last night, and he's had some really quality innings on the mound. Columbus has 2 or 3 freshmen that have really come through the last 2 weeks.
I know I see Dad and Mom Summer over there. I think Dad drove the team limousine over here.
He did. He's done a lot for our school. You know, we live in a time when you're switching bus schedules day to day, and you're short drivers, and that guy has really stepped up for our school.
2 balls and no strikes to the third baseman, Summer. Hiller's True Value is Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. Get the tools you trust from the people you depend on. Hiller's True Value of Marshfield. Called strike to Summer. 2 outs. Eagles looking to get off the field here with just the 2 runs let up. As this Saturday morning gets a little darker, this one a blooper into center field. That's going to get down. And a 2-out base hit for Carter Summer. Summer reaches with 2 outs, and that'll send the 6th batter of the inning, Ray Becker, another youngster on this team.
Yeah, another younger brother of Cy. Ray's come through with some big hits and big moments. Kind of got thrown in the fire a little bit, but has done a great job, and he's really done a great job in left field. Defensively last night, you had the 13 strikeouts, but the other 8 outs, some of those came on really quality plays defensively, and Ray had a couple balls he had to track quite a distance to catch, so he's done a great job.
Ray, a sophomore on this team?
He's a freshman.
He's a freshman, also 3 freshmen in the starting lineup today.
Correct. It's a mix of 3-4 different classes, and it's worked so far for Coach Krassel for sure.
That third is second baseman Carson Eckes, 9 batter here today. Carson was our player of the game a couple weeks ago over in Spencer. I know we've talked to Ray after a baseball game. The freshman, not just freshman in the lineup, but freshman contributing to this baseball team. Again, first place team out of the Clover Belt East. Already have swept second place Neillsville. So in line, still some games to play, but in line to capture their second conference crown in the last 3 years. And speaking of that, Marathon beat Auburndale. Actually, Marathon swept Auburndale this week, and Marathon out of the Marywood South has clinched at least a share of the Marywood South Conference title.
I think Columbus has picked up a non-conference game with Marathon on Tuesday.
I saw that. That's a big one. That, here Division III Auburndale, Division III Marathon. You play, some quote bigger schools, and something that in those games you see some different talent than what's in your conference. Sets you up for the long term, or at least come playoff time, you'd maybe get to think back on some of those scenarios you saw against some of those, again, quote, bigger, but, maybe better teams.
I think you'd rather take a few losses against quality opponents than not be tested.
2 balls, 1 strike, and Becker watches ball 3 sail in high. Pittsville Panthers picked up a win against the Regis Ramblers last night in comeback fashion. So you mentioned a couple losses. Pittsville 16-0 on the season, and in this Columbus Catholic section come playoff time. And this is a bleeder into right. That's going to get down. Back-to-back base hits for Summer and Becker, and the Dons are still in business here in this first inning.
Now for the Dons.
Becker did a really good job of hitting that ball back where it came from, outside corner, just punched it into right. Another really impressive moment for the freshman.
The right fielder here, Nate Nemitz. But back to that section. Of course, you got to win your regional before you can talk about any kind of sectional opponent. But the 3 teams in that section that we're talking about here: Columbus Catholic, Pittsville, and Rib Lake.
Yeah,
so
and
there are 3 teams, and only one's going to go to state.
Yeah, Leva Strum's in there somewhere too, and
yeah.
they have. I think their ace throws about 90 miles an hour.
It's a good
so
ball.
it's a really tough bracket, and a lot of it comes down to who pitches when. Which
Yep.
There's so much strategy in when you throw your top guys, and you got to get a little lucky. I mean, we saw that in basketball too, where sometimes the ball's got to bounce your way. But it's a tough bracket, and whoever comes out of it, I would think, would have a pretty good chance down in Appleton.
Yeah, Leva Strum scuffling a little bit this year, but always, they're going to be a force. This one is popped up, shallow right field. Going back from second is Nathan Richardson, and he will haul it in for the final out here of this top of the first. But Columbus Catholic on the 2-run home run from Emmett Konechny leads or scores 2 in the first. We move to the bottom of the first right after this on Zaleski Sports.
2 runs on 3 hits.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shy.
Shy is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Back to Auburndale, bottom of the first inning, and batting order for the Auburndale Eagles: Blake Rabb, Peyton Weinfurter, Aiden Cherney, Caden Weinfurter, Caden Anderson, Nathan Richardson, Aiden Rabb, Isaac Linsmeyer, and Josh Lundgren for Jay Anderson's Auburndale Eagles here on this Saturday. We took a look at the radar during that commercial break, and we're moments to minutes, looks like, away from some rain moving in. It doesn't look like anything that's all too intense, so again, this is my weather prognostications, and I'm no good at predicting weather, Joe, but maybe we sit in the dugout for 15, 20 minutes, kind of what it looks, if, worst case.
I'm hopeful that would be it.
Yeah, like to get a full game in here. Again, walking in the ballpark, Jay Anderson told me if we get a few innings, we'll be pretty happy with that, so that maybe few to 7, somewhere in there. American flag off the scoreboard in right center, starting to waver a bit. It had been still up until just now. Again, pitching for the Dons, Matt Konechny. And Mac's got a 1-1 pitch here coming to Blake Rabb. And misses away. And the smell of popcorn wafts into the press box. And this one will get through left field. Leadoff base hit for Rabb and the Eagles.
Next up for the Eagles, number 1, Peyton Weinfurter.
Left fielder, Peyton Weinfurter. A left-handed batting Weinfurter. Does he shoot basketball with his left hand?
He does not.
Yeah,
He's a good little athlete. I think he was the 8th or 9th man on a pretty solid basketball team, another 3-sport athlete.
I believe I saw Peyton just this past year on the JV team hit a buzzer beater winner. I think. Is that right?
Yeah, he
Did I have that right? Against Marathon. There we go. Boy, I don't know how I remember these things. But he knows his way around the basketball floor a lot like your boys do. For some good reason.
Yeah, growing up, I remember our sophomores playing against him in a lot of different sports. Super nice kid and a really good athlete.
First pitch to Weinfurter, inside for a ball. Big secondary lead for Rabb over at first after that pitch. And our base umpire asked Cy Becker to clear the dirt off the bag at first. This one be fouled up and out of play. What you had going on over there is a mound of dirt that when the runner, in this case Blake Rabb, slides back in, he's hitting that mound of dirt, not able to get his fingertips on the bag, so you clear that dirt out of the way. Give him an honest chance to touch the base sliding back in. Ball and a strike to Weinfurter. Runner is on the move, and a stolen base for Blake Rabb. Ball skips away on the wild pitch. Rabb, though, will stay at second. He had the base stolen, and a runner in scoring position for the Eagles. Got to wonder sometimes, Joe, if that runner going while the pitcher is in his windup, if that disrupts his mechanics sometimes.
Well, you see it a lot when a guy goes from the windup to the stretch. Everything's a little different, and what to pay attention to becomes an issue sometimes.
It'll be lifted out of play, left field side. An SCS apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scswiderski.com for more. Kentucky Derby later on today, 5:57 Central Time, post time. I think it's 150th running. Something seems like we hit a round number on it as time is called.
How much money do you have on the race, Jason?
$1 or $2.
And does Rachel know? That's
No.
that's the more important question.
No. She assumes it and just doesn't ask anymore. I don't know much about the horses, it's just picking a horse blind. You'd like to pick one that's got a little bit worse odds, and if that horse happens to win, your payout's a little bit better. Everybody kind of stacks on to the favored horse, and you might win, but if you lose, You'd think I'd rather bet on that other horse with a longer shot. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's my strategy anyway. I'll tell you tonight at the pianos how I did.
Sounds good.
Okay. Pass ball will send Rab over to third, so stolen base and a pass ball, and runner now 90 feet from home for the left fielder Weinfurter. A lot of Auburndale fans gathered under the equipment shed up the left field line, under shelter over there. Just want to be bounced foul. Couple in the bleachers next to us, but most of them up under the storage shed, under the overhang there.
So really good at bat for Peyton Weinfurter. He is hanging tough.
Couple rumbles in the distance. Other than that, or it's a manure truck heading to the fields. One of the two. Hopefully the latter. Full count from Konechny. Off the handle, into shallow left field, and Emmett calls for it and makes the catch. Rab will stay at first. So the shortstop heads all the way back into left field to haul it in for the first out of the inning.
He covered a lot of ground on that and looked like him and Ray Becker communicated a little bit. It's been a few times this season where communication's been an issue for the Dons.
So we get a look at catcher Aiden Cherney. And with me, state championship basketball coach Joe Konechny, and you got to see Aiden this year too. Hustler on the basketball floor. I mean, just does a lot of good things during the winter sports season.
A really good high school athlete, and I had a chance to watch him play for the Marshfield Legion team last summer. He was one of their better players. Really good baseball player.
Ball and a strike to the catcher Cherney. This one lifted. Becker will take a run at it, and it's going to land in the bleachers on the blue side, and everybody's scattered. Nobody wanted to put their hand up for that ball, Joe.
No, a lot of ease in the crowd for sure.
You know, if you're not at baseball practice or haven't seen a fly ball in a while, it does look scary. Time is called as some raindrops begin to fall down. So Cherney just maybe wanted to reset his vision with the rain starting now. Umbrellas coming up, left and right. Ball and 2 strikes to Cherney. Fouled straight back. BBD Sports Shop is your one-stop headquarters for everything outdoors this summer. Shop 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations in Cadott and Abbotsford, or online at bigbeardown.com. The turkey season right now for some folks, depending on where you are in Wisconsin. The 1-2. That one bounces in, and Rab will stay at third on the wild pitch.
Tried to get him to chase, and Cherney said, not going to happen right now.
1 out in the inning, and you've got the pitch counter there, but by my untrained eye, a lot of pitches here in this first inning for Mac.
He's at 17 right now.
Yeah.
Not where you want to be with 1 out.
2-2 as Konechny deals with Cherney. And this will be bounced to third. Rab gets looked back to the bag at first. Throw across to Becker is in time. Snap throw back across the diamond, and Rab is back in safe with the 5-3 put out as the diving or the alert play from his knee from Carter Summer retires Cherney at first.
He has done a really good job at third base this season. The last 3 or 4 games, it's 2 or 3 balls a game where he's making the right read. I mean, how he looked the runner back there, got it over to Becker, who Becker has done a really good job scooping balls all season. But to keep that run at third with 2 outs, definitely a big thing.
Caden Weinfurter now. Don's looking to get out of it. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. A couple other games around the area live right now on the network. Chippewa Falls is at Marshfield baseball action. Bouncer over to Konechny, waits on it, steps into it, and Becker with the stretch. And the 6-3 putout ends the Eagles' threat here in the first. They leave Rabs stranded on the bag at third. 1 inning in the books. Columbus Catholic 2, Auburndale nothing. More baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Friday, May 31st is the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment. Also, enjoy free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, June 1st, the parade starts at 11 a.m. In the afternoon, the Pie and Ice Cream Social is at Upham Mansion. Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting outdoor beverage garden with live music. For more information, visit marshfieldchamber.com.
BBD Sports Shop is your one-stop headquarters for everything outdoors this summer. They have turkey calls, decoys, and more from HS Strut, Mojo, and Woodhaven. Food plot seed and mineral from Big & J, Real Deal, Big Time, and Whitetail Magic. Rifles, handguns, and shotguns in stock from Springfield, Mossberg, Glock, Ruger, and Savage. And a wide variety of Big Bear Down scent sprays and bear bait by the bag, by the barrel, and by the truckload. 2 convenient Wisconsin locations or online at bigbeardown.com.
All right, back here to Auburndale. While we were away for commercial, lightning was spotted somewhere, and that puts us in a 30-minute lightning delay. So we go to delay, top of the second inning, so 30-minute delay from the last lightning strike. That first one was spotted at 11:22, so 11:55 at a minimum. For lightning delays. So we'll keep you apprised of the situation. We'll keep a graphic up on the screen for you with the timing mechanism on the lightning, and we hope to resume this baseball game soon.